Hey, before I get to work today, man, I just need to tell somebody. I was actually it's on my spirit to say, it's time to reevaluate the people you're around. Like it's time to look at your circle of influence, and really see like are these people really providing me with what I need, like what I'm trying to accomplish. What asset is this relationship for me? And when you really start sitting down and looking at it, we really got a lot of relationships with people that they add no type of value to what we're trying to like achieve. You know, like from a work standpoint, spiritually, financially, emotionally. It's just like it's all fun and games or something. And I think that as I'm sitting in this traffic on this commute, first off, another thing, like, how does traffic start anyway? Like, how does that even? Anyway, like, outside of, I guess maybe there's a wreck, something's in the road, maybe some Canadian geese, they just strolling across the highway. I don't know, but a tire blow, something, outside of those things, sometimes this traffic be just piling up, and you get up there and you like, why would we even stop? But I guess maybe it goes with the flow sometimes, like everybody trying to merge at one time. I guess it's just dependent. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, it is at the moment. It kind of is here. But no, for real, like, we got people be having a lot of relationships, and you start looking at stuff. When you get older, I'm looking at stuff, especially when you trying to grow spiritually, constantly mature spiritually, and like people start looking at you like you think you better than or whatever like that. And it's like, nah, it ain't. Well, yeah, a little bit I am. I kind of am above like just going out partying all the time. I kind of am above smoking. Yes, I kind of am. Like, that just does not, for one, what about it do I need? Like, what am I, first off, it's like, when you talk about somebody being above something, look at it like, what benefit does it for that person? And when you started describing it, like, everything I learned from just substances or things that aren't pure, whatever the case may be, or, things that does not do the body good. You remember those classes in elementary school, they were talking about milk does the body good, and fruit does the body good, and vegetables does the body good, exercise does the body good, and all this, whatever. Some of the things that, I see a lot of people of my age that I used to, hang out with sometimes, or, even was in, we had strong relationships. You just kind of, I don't like to use the word you outgrow things. It just, I think that first and foremost, when God is in a particular person's life, or he has his hand on your life, he favors you a little differently. He favors his people differently. Granted, he has, his hand on everyone, but when you're actually, chosen, and trying to do and live the way that he wants you to live, he has a little bit of favor towards that individual, like sacrifices. Some people don't like it, like the story of Cain and Abel, like that was the first story of like murder and, jealousy, envy, how that can turn into wrath, and someone can particularly take a life, your own brother's life, because of God having favor over a particular sacrifice, like, particular work that somebody did. But I just say that to say that favor ain't fair, right? And with that comes a sort of character that particular person that is favored has. Like, once you begin to walk on that walk and you make that decision, he's definitely holding you to a different standard. So therefore I hold myself to a different standard. And yeah, I'm above a lot of old things that I do, right? He said, like, once you begin to walk in me or walk with me, and you're made new and restored in Jesus. So I am a new individual. So that requires new morals, new responsibility, more accountability, and a certain standard I hold myself to, right? My body is the temple, so everything that I need, to put into it, as nutritionally, spiritually, emotionally, all of the above, all of those influences gotta be aligned with what my new posture and new life and heart is about, what my new mind is renewed towards. So I'm just saying that to say that a lot of people in positions that you feel like you stuck because you still making and hanging around the same stuck individuals, or you still doing the same stuck things. Like, when you start changing, sometimes when things ain't changing and you steady thinking that you are improving yourself and your situation still ain't changing, well, it's time to start looking outside of just what's internally and see my external influences as well. Where am I? Like, what do I do on a regular basis? Like, where am I going? Like, does it align with where I'm trying to do? I can't be trying to be a pastor and I'm going out here stealing every day. Like, that just don't add up. Like, I can't do that. I can't say I'm trying to do good and every time a bad decision is available to me, I make that bad decision. It just don't add up. Like, that don't make sense. So it's like everything that, I think it starts with everything that we have access to or that is available to us. We got to start looking at it as, I don't have to accept that either. Like, everything that is available to me at a specific time, I need to look at it, examine it before I take it and choose to partake. Like, I'm pulling up now. So definitely start. I want to encourage people that start looking at the people you're hanging around. Like, when you start looking at certain things, you be like, why am I doing this anyway? Like, you like, people be like, oh no, you a lame for not wanting to drink or do hookah, or like, you ain't fun. Like, since when did that become the prerequisite for fun? Yeah, once you start looking at it, you be like, you kind of lame for doing that. Like, when does that become a prerequisite for fun? Like, why can't fun just be sitting around the table playing some cards? Or we can go out, go skate, do something active, whatever, and it can be regular. Why does it have to require some type of substance, or where I gotta be not of sober mind, which is, that I'm trying to be a Christian individual or spirit, like, grow in my faith, grow spiritually, and you claim to be a Christian. So, like, why you look at me like I'm corny or lame, or I'm a party pooper because everything that you're doing don't align with what I'm trying to do. And I don't mean that You know, some people be like, well, you do this, you know, well, you've done this, you've lied before, you know, you've had sex out of out of wedlock before, or you know, you fornicated, you know, whatever the case may be. um you know, like people be like, well, you know, you've gotten in trouble. Like, yeah, that is the case. That don't make you you know, nobody, like, I'm not saying they're perfect Christians, right? First off, you're a perfect Christian, you're not Christian at all, because that is the total opposite of what Christian is. Christian is striving to be more like Christ, understanding that because of him and through him, I now can have access to the things that he's shown and the things that are offered that are greater than this world. So I'm now a Christian because I want to emulate and be more like Christ. That makes me a Christian. That don't make, like, being perfect is a total opposite of what I'm saying, because I understand that to be a Christian, I constantly am striving to emulate who Christ is. So that means that I will never, ever become Christ. And Christ was the ultimate perfect, the only perfect, and the only human being that was perfect. So if I'm striving to do that, and I know that to do that, I have to pull something from him, then that means that everything that I'm pulling from is that. So I'll never achieve that, because everything that is that, I'm trying to pull from. But that's a little deeper than what I'm trying to say this, you know, on this chat. But start looking at your friend groups. Start looking at your circles, and stop using friend so freely. Friend is a strong word. I just encourage you to look in the Bible and talk about what a friend, like, they talk about a friend even being closer than a brother or a sister at times, right? Like, that's how much influence your friends have on you. Like, just think about that. Like, you have a blood brother, blood sister. The right friend will become closer than that. So, and they say what you become is what you're influenced by. You know, show me your friends, show me your future. That stuff is really true, right? The unrighteous, be ye not unequally yoked. Those things, righteous walking with the unrighteous, can't happen. You know, righteous got to walk with the righteous. So I'm just saying that, encouraging, be courageous enough to say no. Be courageous enough to say, yes, I do feel like I'm better than this. Be courageous enough to be confident and stand firm in what God has called you to be, and what Jesus has poured inside of you. Had that authority that, yes, I am above doing these particular things, because they don't align with where I'm trying to go, where I am currently. And according to what you are claiming, the person that may be trying to influence you negatively, ask them. I challenge each person that is around, you know, examine your friend group and ask your friends, are they Christian? If you're a Christian person, ask your friends, are you Christian? See what they say. If they say yes, then say, why don't, or why do, or what do we do to align with that particular determination? Ask them, what do we do to align with this particular walk? How do we align with this particular walk? Simple as that. I'm Christian. Are you Christian? That's if you Christian, though. Can't ask nobody if you ain't gonna be witness to them and be a positive witness. You gotta examine yourself too. So starts with you, starts with us. I would say as Christians, starts with us. We gotta look in the mirror, make that decision. I personally made the decision. That's why I said it starts with you. But I'm just saying, I'm speaking in, I would say third person. But it starts with us. You gotta look in the mirror, make the decision, drop before your knees, really. First, it starts with you making a decision to the Lord. Then they'll renew your mind. He'll renew your mind. And then you look in the mirror, okay, start examining, how can I be on this walk? It's a tough walk. It's a constant daily walk, right? But it's the best decision you'll make in your life. And I'm a young man, so I'm just saying that from the standpoint of, I know it's the best decision I made in my life, because it's things that I can't even freaking describe. This world is daggum, it tries to eat you up. Like, it tries to, there's so many things that you can complain about. So many. It's like, because you look at certain stuff like, why this person do this, why this, that, and the third. Like, it's a lot of stuff. It's so many things that you can complain about. But being able to pull from something that's greater than the situation and circumstance is what keeps me, and what will keep you grounded, and understanding that it's bigger, it's greater, it's better out here. And that's what keeps me every day, keeps me going, keeps me focused, keeps me inspired, keeps me motivated. And I encourage you to do the same. Make the decision, look yourself in the mirror, then ask your friends. And, maybe a tough conversation, but you'll start to realize, you say you Christian, but you ain't really you ain't about that life. It's a lot of Christians that ain't about that life, man. They're not. You get in a situation, opportunity, that one opportunity, they'll fold, right? You say pressure always exposed the weak. And it's a lot of weak Christians, dog. But I say that with quotations, because if you true Christian, ain't nothing weak about you. Remember that. Be encouraged, be bold, be courageous, stand firm. See y'all next time. Bless y'all.